What for a team that obviously has a lot of talent and a lot of veterans, what was important, Jason, for you in your first training camp with this team?
Well, I think the most important thing, I think, to start off was the family atmosphere. As a group, we're going to spend a lot of time together, and when you look at championship teams, they're a very close knit team, and so we felt if down in training camp at Duke, we needed to tighten up, spend a lot of time together, so we can get to know each other, but two, understand that it's just us that can get this done, and so I think we're going in the right direction.
You have some very pronounced, very strong personalities on the team, especially the guys coming from Boston. Do you let the leadership, let the idea of how the team will be handled on the internal level, do you want to guide that a little bit as a coach, or do you want to let that just take place itself?
Well, I think when you look at the veteran guys that we have on this team, you have the ability to let them police themselves, and with starting with KG and Paul and Jason Terry, they've all won championships, and so they understand what it takes to win, and so being able to criticize one another and take it in a positive way, because it's all about just making the team better, and so I will just pretty much guide it, but those guys take pretty much care of the problems before I get to them.
As a Hall of Fame point guard who was on a lot of top teams and have been an elite player for a very long time, what did you want from a coach, and what didn't you want from your head coach?
Well, I think being able to trust, you respect, are the biggest things, and so as a player, just being real. Sometimes players don't like to hear the truth, but if you tell them the truth, they can accept it. And, if they respect you, it just is going to be, for the greater good of the team. And so those are the things that, as a player I looked for in a coach. And, now being a coach, those are the things, I'm trying to get back to the guys.
Did you like a certain kind? I mean, did you like a disciplinarian? Did you like more of a team guy? Was there any kind of coach that you said, you know what, I like this style of coaching? Was there anybody who impacted how you're coaching now? Is there anybody kind of rubbed off on you?
Well, I've been around some good ones, and Coach K, Rick Carlisle in Dallas. So you have to have structure, and understanding that you have a foundation and you kind of build from there, and that's kind of what we've done here in training camp and preseason.
How about rotation, stuff like that? Are you going to let that work itself out, or you got a definitive plan right now?
Well, health is something that is key in our rotations. We're a deep team, so if we're healthy, we'll have a rotation, but with some injuries here and there where guys can't go every night, you just got to go with the next guy. And so, again, we're a deep team, and we have that luxury of being able to start different guys at different positions.
Yeah, you do, and you have a unique team, too. You got a 5-man starting unit where any one of the guys can take a last shot, which is unusual, and guys who don't have to change to fit in well together. That's a unique 5. How do you want that to play itself out? I mean, you just let that play itself out? Do you want your point guard to be more playmaker than shooter, considering the talent around him? I mean, anything like that, or are you just going to let it play itself out?
Well, you got to play basketball, and when it starts with Darren, for him to put the pressure on the defense and to make a play, not just for his teammates, but for himself. And so, he's a veteran guy. He understands how to set the table, but also how to, look for his shots. So, again, it's playing basketball, but it all comes down to having fun with one another and, again, playing as a team.
Anything concern you about this unit right now?
No, being a veteran group, sometimes you kind of, come out of the gate slow, or there's no panic. You kind of, season doesn't really start, until after All-Star break. So for me to let these guys know that we have the process of getting better each time we take the floor, and go from there.
How much did these guys during preseason. How much time did your core group spend on the floor together? A lot or not that much?
Well, I think we had some injuries, so health again, played a part. But and for us coaches, and also for the guys, it was, a good thing to have certain guys out, so we got to see different combinations. We got to see guys play different positions, and so again, we're built. We're a little bit deeper than most teams, so we got guys who can step right in. So our starting group probably, I would say, got more time during practice than they did in a game.
What is the key for this team? What's the most important, other than health, which is important for any team, and especially a veteran one? What's the key for this team to reach those heights this year?
I think we've all understand that it's not always going to go our way. There's going to be a point in the season where things are slower, the ball's bouncing the other way, and for us to stay close and tight and work through when things get a little tough. If we have if we lose one or two games in a row, how to stop that streak.
A lot of guys would always say, Jason, that when you moved from being assistant coach to head coach, it was the biggest foot you ever slid down the bench in your life. Now you're going from being on the court to being a head coach. What's going to be the biggest transition?
Well, I think the biggest is just, I'm learning how to be a coach, and but it's basketball, and so I'm surrounded with a very talented coaching staff and a very talented basketball team. So this is, again, a great opportunity for me to learn and to get better as a coach.
You excited?
I'm excited. It's a little bit different because, one, I'm normally sore this time of the year from working out and going through training camp, but my body feels great. My mind is fresh, and I'm excited for my guys.
When was the last time you had butterflies opening a season, if ever? Never?
I normally don't get butterflies, but this is a special time for not just me but for my guys, because again we're excited about what we accomplished during preseason, and we're looking forward to the season.